Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Austin Desperados and the Indianapolis Colts. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. Let's go, Z. Check safety, check safety.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through it, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Single. Set, go.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Bryant has it. And he's got room. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Set, ready? 90, wolf. Ready?
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First down, Austin.
On the double.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
23 yards the pickup there.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now here's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
2nd and 6. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Ready. 70, Indy.
On first down, Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
On the ready.
Second and 13. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On the set. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Second and 15. Finding room to the 20. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Back to throw here. He shakes him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Watch out. Whip. Watch twist.
Now a give, right side. Hines. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 4.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Check 9. Slam. Check 31. Check. Lucky.
Here's Hines. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 41-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shoot. What? Alert 3.
Now it's Hines. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watch out. Hey, alert 3. Hatch it. Check.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Who that? Ready?
They'll look to throw here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
And an Austin first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Strip the ball. Strip now. Check three. Rock it. Fight.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to retake the lead. The Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
We got 3. Shit. Check out 3.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's caught by Bryant.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You got tight right there.
2nd and 3. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey. You got it.
Back to throw. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
We go! 70, Indy. Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Now.
2nd and 2. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This time they stay on the ground. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's go. 60 all.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Mike 52. Mike 52. Oh, yeah. Speed Rivers.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready? Bravo. Check that.
They'll throw now on the final play. Looking long for Westbrook. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 8. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Silver.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
10 logo. Check three.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Check nickel.
2nd and 4. Complete to Bryant. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's checking crab. Slam. He's got
2nd down and inches. And this will be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Kill. Tighten up.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Bang. Go. Check 43. Check 52. Go. Pick it up.
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Hey, check 24. It's free. 22. 58. Bang it. SOS. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Steps away. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Here we go. Hey, come on. 58, boys. 58.
Looking to throw. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the ready. Line 41. Now watch one. Kill. Jack. Tight dog. Hey, Fresno.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 26, check 26. Sponge.
This is Hines. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Colts 12-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. 65. 65. Now.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash. Switch. Squeeze. Go. 36. 36.
They run with Hines. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Jim. Check. Crunch. Under crunch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Watch the run. This side, baby. That's baby side. Kill.
Back to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Jumping. Deuce. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch twist. Watch twist. Check 99. Hey, switch over. Check 4.
He's back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st down.
Check 31. Check. Lucky. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Shift, ball.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Checking the NFL scoreboard. They're in the fourth now in Minneapolis. And not much trouble in that game for the Vikings. They've opened their lead further. That one's certainly of interest to many around the league. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Give me something. Here we go. Lock 59.
Back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 5-9. Be dribble.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 59. Mike 59. Pick me up. Here we go.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 9.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished, but to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Indianapolis, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find.